After losing it all in McGregor, Iowa, I decided to move all the way to Teton, Iowa to find out if I can revive our old family farm. Can we make money? Will we lose again? Find out in today's video. Well, it's been a little bit. We got that field over there knocked out that we were working on. I kind of don't really want to harvest anything else today. So we end up finishing that field up pretty quickly. We don't really have a whole lot left. I want to kind of go ahead and knock out a little bit of cultivation. The other track should be here tomorrow. We've just been kind of knocking out a little things here and there, but we're just going to go ahead and back up onto this right here because I want to go ahead and take this down the road a good little ways. And what we're going to do, we're going to get out here, drop the pin into there. Perfect. We're gonna raise it up and we're gonna go ahead and take it instantly out to the field. Now it's gonna be a lot more of a working day, I'll say that much. And ladies and gentlemen, if you see yourself coming back on the regular, please do me a favor, leave a like and subscribe. Really does help out the channel a lot. And ladies and gentlemen, we're on the road to 100k. Help me beat Buck to 100k by the end of the year. That'd be appreciated to all of y'all. We'll definitely say I'm getting some hardcore feelings of driving this down the road. I know this cultivator back there is perfect for what we're about to do with it. We're gonna knock out some of our cultivation real fast that we have up here. We got 2 fields that we gotta knock out. Oh no, not the train. Well, that's great. I'm gonna just pull my little cell phone over here and let the cars go by while we're waiting on the train.
3 hours later.
There she comes. The end of the train. Thank the Lord. After she's all gone, and we're gonna go ahead and head directly over. And I do know that at some point today we need to go ahead and knock out the rest of the beans. Just the beans are a little tougher right now over here in these other fields. I really didn't feel comfortable just by going into it directly. So we are letting the beans take a little bit more time before we do go in and harvest them a little bit later today. I do think we may just cultivate this one field over here, and after we get done cultivating it, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get my wife come pick me up and take me back over to the farm, let me come back over here, do that a couple times. But we should be coming up close to the field right now that we had harvested the other day. So what we gotta do, we just gotta go ahead and unfold, go ahead and turn our blinkers off, set it down in the ground, and go ahead and start the cultivation process. I'm hoping we're brazing at the top 3 inches. I'm gonna do a good pass here to make sure, but we're not 100% sure, of course. And you can see down there where the corn stalks are, it does seem like it's trying to mix everything into the soil pretty well, and if that's what it is, that's perfect. So we're gonna kind of stop for a second, let her rest. We're gonna get out here. She's doing a good job. I just think we can tighten up the abrasions a little bit more. Maybe what we can do is we can set one of these notches right here, notch it one more, and maybe get a little bit less of this debris. What I also can do is I can bump some downforce onto her a little bit more and see how that feels on her, and hopefully that feels good enough where we can go knock out the rest of it. This tractor right here is definitely making quick work of this entire farm, and I love how much work it is definitely putting in. This right here is the last little bit we're going to be cultivating right now. We're pretty much done with this field. This field is ready to go into the winter. We don't even want to fold this up because I'm going to go ahead and get my wife come pick me up, and we're going to bring the KSI International Harvester down here to start harvesting beans. My wife just dropped me off over here, and I've got a dilemma. I could do the responsible thing and load this header up onto a trailer, or I could do the Nate thing and do what my uncles taught me how to do, and that is drive directly to the field without putting the header on a trailer. You've got to be kidding me with how many trains there is. You gotta love trains. No! 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 Thank the Lord. We better go ahead and cruise on through here and get right onto the road. Now we've got clean open room just to drive directly where we need to get to. Let's pull on over here into the ditch a little bit. There we go. Flawless. Really starting to regret my decisions at this point. I will not lie. But hey, you gotta go for it sometimes. Oh, come on, come on, come on. There we go. Perfect. Now we just gotta play around this. Get around there. Perfect. Thank Lord, I'm harvesting beans. I know these 2 fields over here should not fill this harvester. So what I'm hoping to do is I'm hoping to knock them out, get back in the cultivation cultivate everything, get this back to the farm, and wife come pick me up, then we take the cultivator back. All right, so we're gonna fire up the good old combine here. Definitely not a huge field by no means, but this is type of field I like. I like harvesting these fields. They're a lot easier to deal with. I don't have to go out there and have no huge operation and have this type of field. I definitely can say that this harvester still feels like it's wanting to clump on me a little bit. Nothing terrible, but it's clumping enough to where I'm not comfortable with the way it's operating. All right, one more field knocked out. I think we have 2 fields total left. We have this field, and then we have all the way on the other side of the farm, which what the plan is everything on this side that's not attached to our direct farm will now be planted the same thing, so we're not having to travel so much back and forth. And I'm hoping from now on to start harvest on this side and end harvest behind the farm. All right, and now time to knock out this little field. I know this right here is definitely smaller, and that's kind of what I was looking for and hoping for. So since this right here is not going to take me but a few seconds to do, we're just going to go ahead and knock this out real quickly. But I will say one thing I want to do is I would like to maybe eventually come in and cut down some of these trees and make this into a bigger field. Now this field right here, I feel like we can make that back in there another field or like a hunting plot. Something is yielding okay, but it's not yielding like it should. I believe the deer may have gotten into it earlier this year, which is completely fine, but if that's what this is used for, we need to make sure we're at least using it correctly. And I'm picking the last little bit of soybeans right now. That's one little kernel. There we go, we're done. All that got us was 31%. Yay.
I am dead inside.
Of course, the biggest field of this area was what we just cultivated because we had corn on it, which I was completely fine with. Now, I'm going to go ahead and take this, make sure it's off the ground back there. Yep, she is. Put her in gear, make sure she's good to go. And we're going to head over here, cultivate this one, and cultivate the other one as fast as we can, and get on to the next project. So we just finished this field right here. I'm gonna go ahead and take the stretcher back to the farm. I do got some really good news. The dealership went ahead and got my order of the axles I needed and all that material, but I don't got the money to pay for it just yet. So we're gonna go pick up the set of wheels and hopefully get the axles in the next 7 days. So we're just gonna take this directly over to the farm and hopefully go get our axles. And I'm tired of this train.
I'm about to end this man's whole career.
This tractor does not like to get started, I'll tell you that much. Like once she starts cruising, she starts her cruising, but it takes her a second. All right, now we're just gonna pull on over in here real fast. I'm actually gonna let Jimmy or something like that, whatever they call the kid, come over here and actually take over the cultivator for me while I just jump on into my truck and go pick up the parts that's needed. All right, put that down. There we go. It should be a no-brainer right here to have this kid knock out all this. So I'm gonna go ahead and just start him over here in this field and get him to knock it out pretty quickly. And now we have to go pick up ourselves the wheels. I have him over there working. He's working pretty good and hard. I've got to go pick up the wheels. I'm only picking up one set of wheels. I don't remember how much the wheels are going to cost, but I know they're going to be a pretty penny. It's beautiful all the way out here. I can definitely say that.
It's beautiful.
And we're coming up on to the dealership as of right now, where we should have our parts, and I'm gonna go inside and hopefully buy everything we need. So we'll pull on in here and just go ahead and dip right here to the John Deere dealership. They should have everything we need. All right, we just spent $860 on these new wheels. These wheels come with everything we need, hopefully to fix everything on that harvester. Oh yes, perfect right there. We're just gonna go ahead and take this on back to the house.
Several months later.
Well, it's been a couple months since last time I've seen everybody here. We've got the majority of stuff cultivated. We actually have one field that's left that's not been fully cultivated yet. Pretty much today's task is going to be cultivation at one field. Little disclaimer, the bins and the grains won't match up with everything that was in there previously. I had a problem that came up. The entire map completely got deleted. What I did is I went back, harvested all the crop. I have not sold them yet. That money up there is the money we got left over after paying off the bills that we had. So this one's full of corn, this one's full for soybeans, and I pretty much went back and filled up everything as quick as I could. But with no further ado, you can also see up there it is March. We have $332,000 to make a farm successful one with it. So what we will be doing is getting ready and actually placing down, aka building a little bit bigger of a shed. So we just gotta come on into here, get the 8110 started. She's been sitting here for a long time. While that's getting started, you can see here we got the new axle put on there. We still got a little bit of work to do to this feeder house. This hydraulics right here isn't really want to work the best, so we're trying to replace that right now. And once we get this fully replaced, we'll be in a lot better of a situation. This 8110 is definitely the most powerful tractor that we have on the farm and the most necessary tractor we have on the farm. There we go, and that's what we need right there. And so we got to take this on with us. This is going to go over to that one field and use it to cultivate that one field.
Let's do this!
Alright, so this is where we need to turn in right here. Now we do own that grass field right there. I'm not 100% sure if we are going to disc it in or not. We might not disc it in this year. We may wait for another year and disc it in later. If we take that grass field out of grass, we will be putting another field into grass. Not for any hay production, anything like that. It's going to be plain as day just so the field can rest. But we've got a nice little bit of time we got to sit here for. And ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to let y'all enjoy a little bit of a timeline while I go ahead and get this thing cultivated and ready to go. And there we go. We have officially got this entire field cultivated, looking all pretty and looking done. That took way longer than I thought it was, but it also looks so good. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna take this back directly to the farm and start looking into doing what we're gonna do. I think today we'll go ahead and mark out a little area, possibly even get everything set up so we can get the building built. Get over here, pull this pin, and we'll just drive on over here. She's done. I have no real need for her for a while longer. We just need to get that field cultivated and ready.
Psych!
I might need to go ahead and pull that tanks out. I really don't think my trust is strong enough to pull the tanks out. Because what I've been told, these tanks have been in here for a minute. And here she is, another beautiful tank. So we're just going to now put this up. And now we're just going to hit the button. Let that come down. And so now what we got to do is kind of got to take a truck. Which I really don't feel like taking mine. I'm going to take Uncle Grant's whole truck. Alrighty, so we got this attached there. And we'll take this down a little bit and talk to them and see what it's all going to be done. See doing repairs. I can't repair these tanks like the other guys can, but I can do as Marcus say, jump on up into heaven and get something built. here she is, the addition to the family farm. So you have, that is our main, where our main cold storage is, but say hello to our new workshop. This is where we will be doing all of our big important projects will be in here. On top of that, you have these cold silos, which these are perfect for storing anything and everything you may need. So this now means here in a little bit we will have enough room to be able to actually store everything in there, so we don't got to be compacting everything, which we need to go ahead while we're sitting here thinking about this. So the drive out works good enough. We're actually going to take this on over to the new shed. Nothing too hard. And this right here over time we'll have it storing it with more and more equipment, which what makes this one a lot better is we can actually put out the pipe in here.
Yes! Yes! Yes!
So that one should let us be able to work on the pipe, make sure there's nothing wrong with the pipe. I don't believe there's nothing wrong with the pipe, but we can kind of go over the full machine now and not have to worry about it as much for our equipment. This is going to be a really good shed that we will be using a lot. Ladies and gentlemen, there's a lot more to come, but that did end up costing us $300,000 exactly, and pretty much that's what we're going to be doing today. Ladies and gentlemen, we appreciate it so very much for me and the whole team here. We'll see you next time. Peace!